Alright. And welcome to another episode of Eat, Smoke, Drink. Man, today I've got something special for y'all. Alright? I don't know why I said y'all, but anyway. Today I have something exceptionally rare. And it is called the rare Ayrshire or Ladyburn distillery, rare Ayrshire whiskey. Okay? I mean, I sometimes think, how do we even get here? How did I even get here? Our club, how did we get to this point where we're trying this kind of shit? It's just absolutely insane. This is a 34-year-old 1975 rare Ayrshire whiskey, bourbon barrel, 166 bottles. Now you're probably wondering, never heard of that distillery before? You're probably wondering, what the hell is that distillery? Well, I know why you don't know what the distillery is about. So you have the Port Allens, Cappadonics, you have the Brewers, and you have the Rosebanks, and they all close in a certain era, okay? They close in a certain era. This closure is an era before that era. Okay, so I'll repeat that again. This particular whiskey closed in 1975. Closed shortly after this distillate was made. It was opened in 1966 and was only operational for 9 years. Now that is insane, right? So the style of this whiskey is completely going to be a lucky dip, right? It's not even pre-modern. It's not even postmodern. It is prehistory of closures. So there hasn't been many closures of distilleries before this. I think years and years back was the next closure after before this. So this is particularly hard to come by, and as such, because of the history of it, how it was only operational for 9 years, how it was only basically 9 years worth of distillate. That basically tells you that we're in for a bit of a surprise. We're in for a bit of a trip here today. Okay, this is a lowland whiskey as well. So lowland whiskeys are always interesting. A lot of lowland distilleries closed. Don't know why, but it just could be, sign of the times. Then, they closed because they wanted to rationalize the distilleries there. Maybe something to do with compliance, taxation, economic bits, and whatever. Doesn't really matter what the reasons are. This is old as shit. This is inception of rare whiskeys, right? It's like a rare whiskey within an era of rare whiskeys. So with that in mind, let's try the shit out of this baby. Alright, let's get nosing. Ooh, really strange. Medicinal, herbaceous, sweet, sugary. You know it's a bourbon cask. Sickly coconuts, sugar, vanilla, but super intense on the nose, like a syrup. I'm hardly getting alcohol smell out of that. It's just like a syrup. What I'm getting straight off the bat is fresh erasers. Okay, when you go into a stationery shop and you get erasers in little packs, and then you take them out, the fresh eraser. In New Zealand, we call them a rubber. I think I've said this before. We call them a rubber because they rub out stuff. But everywhere else in the world, when you say rubber, it means condom. It doesn't smell like a condom. It doesn't smell like latex. It doesn't smell like sperm. It smells like eraser. And what else I smell out of that? A distinct floral perfume. A floral bouquet. I can't narrow down the flower because I'm not a fucking botanist, but it's floral. The perfume is floral. Pine resin. And you know what I'm getting out of that as well? I'm getting freshly sharpened pencils. The lead and the wood. You know when you're sharpening a pencil, you get some of that aroma, that waft? I'm getting some of that as well. Wow, very waxy, very clean leashy. I get a bit of peppermint out of that. Green apple sour, like a sickly sweet green apple sour. Wow, what an intense nose. What an intense nose. Holy shit. Fruity, like juicy fruit chewing gum. Like an artificial fruit flavor. Wow. Very intense on the nose. Very intense, quite unusual, but nothing that stands out. Nothing that stands out. It doesn't go, you know, like jump out at you and go, whoa, that's unusual. Slightly unusual, but it's just a very pleasant, intense nose. Syrupy, sweet, medicinal, fruity, floral. It's just a big nose. A big nose. Oh man, this is like traveling back in time. This is like traveling back in time. It's fantastic. It's like time travel, you know, like it really is. Let's get sipping. Oh, it's fucking weird. That is so weird. The nose doesn't match the taste. Whoa, the nose doesn't match the taste at all. The nose is sweet, sugary. The taste is savory and extremely medicinal. It's got a heat to it, a jalapeno heat. Pine resin is there, extremely medicinal. It tastes a little bit like ginseng to me, like ginseng root. Celery leaves, forest with leaves and shit. It's just weird. This is a bizarre whiskey. I mean, a part of me thinking, I kind of understand why they probably closed the shit out of this distillery, because it's friggin' weird, right? But at the same time, it's so weird that now today we see this weirdness as a eclectic and collectible trait. Back then, people probably went, it's a bit weird, I don't really like it. And if it didn't catch on, maybe it just wasn't popular. But who knows what the reasons are why they closed this. 9 years in operation and it's shut. That's a very short half-life for a distillery. That is friggin' weird. Smoky, stony, steely. An old leather boot that's been in the sun for a long time and it gets wet. It's bizarre. This is truly bizarre. Vegetal, asparagus piss. Off fruit. I can't tell what fruit that is. It's off. That's weird. So this is the interesting thing about it. When I was speaking to someone who's very knowledgeable about whiskies, about this particular bottle, they were very excited because they said that this bottle will be the rarest bottle you'll probably taste in your life, but it's probably something you will not like. And that sums this whole experience up. Do I like this? I don't know. I don't know. It's like, to quote someone at the whiskey tasting last night who had a chat with, it's so bizarre, but you don't know if you should like it or not. It's like having sex, and the whole time you're feeling pain, but at the same time you're liking it. It's like, is that good? It's extremely challenging, but is it good? I know that's really bizarre, but hey, should have had a trigger warning on this. But you know, it's just really, really strange. I'm not sure if I like it, and I don't have to like it. but it's a hell of an experience, and I'm grateful that I can try it. Until next time, make sure you eat, smoke, drink. Have you tried a Ladyburn or a rare Ayrshire before? Please let me know. I would love to know your thoughts. I know that a couple of you watching would have tried something like this, you crazy sons of bitches. So let me know your thoughts. Cheers.